Hi there. Welcome to part 4 of my summer behind the scenes series here on Compassionate Side Hustle Strategy. I'm taking a little bit of a break, and this is part 4. I've been doing this every week for the last 4 weeks now. So, just getting you caught up on some of the stuff that I'm working on. Short episode today, but I did want to check in with you and not fall through on my promise to keep in touch with you every week this summer. So I'm probably going to have to decide how much longer I want to do this, but it's been a good week so far. So let's get into it. I would like to share with you all of the projects that I have going. And I'm doing this in a little bit of an embarrassment because it's too many. Like if I brought this to a business coach, and I don't have one right now, I usually do, but I don't have one right now. But if I brought this list to like a business coach and said I'm working on all of these, then they would be like, it's too much. Let go of some. Don't spread yourself too thin. And like I can hear it, but I'm not listening to it. And I feel like I can handle it and I feel like it's manageable and I'm making progress. But at the same time, I'm like, they tell us not to do this. And I'm sure that, like, in a couple weeks, I'm going to be like, yeah, I crashed and burned, but it is what it is. So I'm a little late with this episode. To be honest, I forgot that I have to record a podcast every week. And so that's why I'm late. But I am having a good time. I got a lot of work done. I don't know, I've got a pretty good flow going on this week. And it's nice for a change because I'm tired of feeling stuck and uninterested in my own work. That's a real bummer when that happens, but this week it's going well. So, yesterday I spent a lot of hours making events online. So, I'm teaching some marketing workshops for the first time ever. I'm trying it out. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm offering them through my local community center here in my little suburb of Sassoon City. And so those are all set to go. There's registration links. I signed the contract. We're all good to go. And so now it's my job to make sure that people find them and to let people know that they're available. So it's it's been good so far, I'll say. I put it the events, there are two different workshops. One of them I'm doing twice. And I listed them on Google, like my Google business page, listed via my local newspaper, which is actually pretty cool because they have it integrated with an online events platform. So it's actually going to get populated with the newspaper and then with like the general like event database for local events here in Northern California. And so that's actually kind of cool. So I did that. I put the event on Facebook, posted it on Nextdoor, posted it on LinkedIn as an event. I couldn't do it on Eventbrite because apparently Eventbrite no longer does external ticketing, which sucks because Eventbrite is how, a lot of things get populated and found. But they don't do it so that I could, tell people to buy the tickets via the city's website. And so that's not great, but it's okay. I ended up, finding a bunch of places that I could list an event. And so hopefully those go out to the right people organically. And then, of course, as we get closer to the dates, the first one is in August and then in October. So as we get closer to the dates, I'm going to run some online local ads, and see if anyone's interested. It's one of those things where I'm trying not to take it too personally because this is it's a small town. And so it's not like we're a hub of entrepreneurial activity. Like if you look around at the development in the city, we have like a new car wash, we have a tractor supply store coming in, we have an apartment complex being built, we have a Starbucks. So it's like, it's the suburbs. It's not rural, but it's not also not, really happening here. So I'm trying it because I honestly think that there are a lot of small business owners. I think a lot of people have a business and a lot of people probably need my help, but at the same time I'm like, well, I'll put myself out there, and if people find me and take me up on it, then cool, and if not, then, you know, back to the usual online events and focusing more on urban metropolitan areas. but I do want to help out in my own city if I can. And then as far as ongoing projects, I'm trying to find my picture of my whiteboard. Okay, so the thing that what I've had for the whole year so far is in the bathroom is where I keep my whiteboard, mostly because I don't have a lot of space in my office, but also it's a good place to see it every day, you know? And so I actually have a picture of my vision board for the year, which I need to update. And then I had a bunch of my goals and projects that I'm working on my podcast, working on a workbook. I had set a goal to do more guesting or like pitching myself to be a guest on more podcasts. I haven't done that at all. And I'm honestly not too sad about it. It just never happened. And that's okay. I had the workshops on there. So I know that I've made progress on that because it's happening and I'm listing out the events. And I also want to figure out a way to make them virtual too and available as a standalone kind of evergreen on demand type of workshop. So that'll be coming along. And then, so I ended up writing a different list. I need to erase my whiteboard and make the new one. So I'm finishing up the workbook that I've been working on, the one that I had sent out to, and I paid a bunch of beta readers to go through. Really good feedback. And also, it's more ready to go public than I thought. So that's great. I need to finish it, fix the format and layout, and make it available for people to buy it. I also want to start some kind of membership. Won't go into detail on that because I don't have the details on that. I want to, oh, I have a lot of evergreen posts to do. So the software that I use for my social posts, at least for the stuff that's recurring, is called Social Bee. I had paid for it years ago with a lifetime deal on AppSumo. I will say that probably of all the things on AppSumo that I've ever bought, thinking that they would be a really good deal, this one is the best. And this one is probably the only one that I'm still using, even years after the fact. But it's actually really good. But it's nice because I can set up different categories for kinds of content that I want repeatedly posted on my social accounts. And it just works. And it's nice because I don't have to worry about if I've been promoting my stuff enough because I'm okay on making content that's like relationship building, educational, and things like that. But it's hard for me to remember that I need to promote what I actually have to sell or to promote my resources that will get people onto my email list, which then does the selling for me. And so it's a really good way for me to just remember to make, I don't know, a handful of posts, like 5 different promo posts for the same product and then schedule it so that they go out, every couple of weeks. That way I know that at least something is being posted that's promoting stuff that I have to sell. But I need to do that for a couple of my freebies and then it'll be good to go. Oh yeah, I'm also making a switch over to Active Campaign. I had forgotten about that and then unfortunately I remembered it when I got charged for it. And so I need to work on that and rebuild my email list, transfer them over. I'm moving away from SendFox, another thing that I bought on AppSumo by the makers of AppSumo, but they're just not developing it and it doesn't do enough and it doesn't have the features that you would think an email service provider would have. And so even though I got a good deal on it and I only pay like $10 a month to take off their branding, I have to change over. And so I have one thing already up on Active Campaign, but I also need to transfer all of my subscribers over and try to keep all of the tags so that I can at least trace where they came from, even if I know that they've been with me for a while. But, that's a whole process. I think they have an onboarding service, but to be honest, I'd rather do it myself. I know that's probably not the smartest idea for me to be like, I can do it myself, but oh well, sometimes you just have to work with your own stubbornness, and I happen to be stubborn on this particular thing. So just accept it and we're moving on. And then, oh yeah, and then the last thing that I'm working on is that I'm updating the cover art for my Find Your Unicorn Virtual Assistant swipe file. I had made it in a hurry, and it was more of an experiment when it came to the digital art that I made, and I was like, I don't really like it. It's a little dark. And so I did some doodling on my iPad and I came up with a new cover. So it's just going to be a matter of grabbing that, replacing the file so that it has the updated graphic that's a little brighter and cute. So that's the other thing that I'm working on. And I think that's it for today, for this week. I'm really just getting the things done. So there's not a whole lot to update you on. I'm going to cut this short for now. And if you want to get in touch, let me know. I'm on Instagram most of the time. Or you can send me a message on LinkedIn if you want to just get in touch and catch up. But otherwise, I hope that things are going well for you, that you're getting lots of stuff done, that you're having a nice summer or winter break. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.